So by the title of the video, you guys already know what's happening. My M5 engine is gone, seized, done for. So I want to create this video to tell you guys exactly what happened, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are going to be able to learn from my mistake. The M5 to me was really my dream car. It still is a car that I don't believe that I actually own until this very day, and was a car that I was just dreaming of owning for a really long time, until eventually I was fortunate enough to call myself an M5 owner. I was able to get my hands on one of those, and I enjoy it for really many trips. It put a smile on my face everywhere I go. Met some really great friends, some amazing people in the community, and took some amazing road trips. But unfortunately, I believe that this might be the end of the line. So up until a point I started making videos about it, I didn't really know that people would enjoy F10 M5 content. I know it's really not the most popular cars out there for YouTube. You know, usually the M3s, M4s, or the 3 Series are, but that wasn't really the reason why I wanted to get an M5. I've been able to enjoy the car and start posting videos about it here on YouTube, and you guys seem to enjoy the car too. So I figured, you know, it's the least I can do to let you guys know of what happened, and most important of all, how you can avoid it. So let me talk to you guys. Let me share with you what happened, what went wrong. It happened one morning. I was driving the car, and all of a sudden I heard a noise of it was this loud clicking or bang noise. Was driving, it felt like it was coming from under the car, but it was actually from the inside of the engine, and it was weird. It felt like it was coming from everywhere. The car seemed to be running just fine. It was just the noise that was really unsettling. So I just pulled the car to the side as soon as I could, and then just called the tow truck. And I later on I towed the car to a professional shop, a BMW shop here nearby. And but I just waited really to hear what the diagnoses are, and I did something that probably no one in my position should do, and that is I went online on forums and decided to ask people, hey, you know, do you have any idea of what this is? And it was terrifying what I kept hearing. So just wait for the shop, but the shop wasn't really much help. They just told me, hey, you know, the noise is coming from deep inside the engine. Could be the lifters, could be anything. At this point, it would require us taking apart the engine to be able to really diagnose the problem. They told me, here are your options, right? You can buy an engine from BMW. They quoted me almost 40K for an engine from BMW, which was was I surprised? Not really, but or the other options will be to, you know, by the time it would take to take apart the engine to find the issue, really expensive. Might as well just get a new replacement engine. They told me you could find something from eBay, but you never know what's wrong with those eBay engines. You never know the history. You can buy an engine from eBay, put it all together, make sure everything's running smooth, and the next thing you know, it just grenades, right? You never know what happens. So I just explored my options, right? No matter what I looked at, I didn't see a way of getting away with this without spending at least, I don't know, 10, 15K, a significant amount value of the car. And the car being, you know, I've enjoyed the car for quite a while. It's sitting right now at 97,000 miles. It's not something I'm really looking to do. And, you know, a lot of times I ask myself, you know, why me? You know, why did this happen? Because I've heard stories of, you know, the F10 M5 is a really good car for their owners. And you know, I personally know people that have F10 M5s with over 100,000 miles without a single issue, even modified Stage 2 M5s without a single issue. But I guess it's a hit and miss, you never know. So the thing about M cars, you have to be prepared, right? It's not only about can you afford the car, but actually can you afford all the services, the maintenance, and all the parts that goes into it. And I guess this is part of it. So what happened? The shop wasn't much help. You know, they didn't know what's going on. They didn't really have the tools to be able to diagnose it further. So I explored a few options. I even spoke with other F10 M5 owners who've been in a similar position, because most likely at the time all the issues pointed to one problem, that is rod bearings, right? BMWs, they're really famous for having rod bearing issues, especially the M cars, the V8 M cars. They have really tight tolerances, so most likely that was the issue. So with that being said, you know, there's a few shops. There's actually a shop that was recommended in Texas. You can ship your car there, or they can ship an engine to you. I think it was around 8 to 10 grand, and you'll pay a shop to actually replace the engine for you. Or you can have, I was looking at forged versions of the engine as well, which is around 15K. But whatever it is, wouldn't be cheap, right? So of course, you know, I was sad for a little bit, but this is actually great news, right? Let me explain what I mean by that. So I've had the car for quite a while now, and you know, modify a few things here and there, but I've been wanting to play with the S63 engine for quite a long time now, and I guess this is an excuse for us to actually be able to do so. And of course, I don't wish this upon any owner, no one out there. I don't want anyone to experience something like this. But do you know the feeling growing up? You know, as a kid, you get a toy, you play with the toy, but then eventually you take the toy apart and try to figure out how it works, and you try to make something new out of it, right? And it feels like, to me, I don't know about you, but as car enthusiasts, a lot of us, we don't grow up. We still have that inner child, that inner explorer, that, you know, we just keep getting more and more expensive toys, and we try to find out how those toys, they work, right? We'll modify, we try to fit our needs, we try to make the sound, we try to make the power, everything, right? So for me, this is actually an excuse to actually dig into the S63 TU platform. And the problem is, nobody's really doing this, right? You'd be stupid to be able to actually tear apart an S63 TU, but I guess I am stupid enough to be able to do that. So here's what I did. I actually took apart my S63 engine in my garage. In fact, it's probably into 1,000 pieces right now, and I actually found what was wrong with the car. The car didn't actually have any issues. There was a light on the dashboard saying that it was a misfire, but the car didn't actually misfire. Probably one of the knock sensors got triggered because of the knock. So I took apart. I'm gonna make a complete video about this later on to show you exactly what I did. I just took the bottom of the engine out, you know, the upper oil pan and the lower oil pan. I actually found the rod shaking in there, and that's when I knew that it was really bad. So after taking the S63 apart, I believe that this is the source of that annoying knock. The other one, they're all same. There's no plate here, so they're fine. All right, so I just take it out, and here it is. Still in many pieces. Here's my problem. So small. And it's not the most expensive part, but because I didn't get to it in a timely manner, this is what happens, right? It just took apart my engine, right? So yeah, so what's next? I wanted to make this video, let you guys know what happens, and I believe it's gonna be an exciting start for a new chapter, right? And nobody out there is really taking apart an S63 TU engine in their garage, because it's a really complicated engine. There's wires and hoses everywhere. So I wanted to create this this playlist for you guys and actually show you the engine that powers your M6s and your M5s and your X5 and X6Ms out there, because it is a marvel of engineering. It's really beautiful, very complicated, but beautiful nonetheless, right? So I'm very excited about this. I hope you guys decide to stick around to enjoy the next couple of videos about to come, because let me just tell you what happened so far. So I already found out the issue. Turns out that I spun one bearing, and it was bad enough that actually affected the other bearing, and it was so bad that it actually damaged my crankshaft, right? So because of that, I had to take out the M5 engine, take the engine apart, In fact, I actually took the crankshaft out, and the crankshaft, it's not replaceable because it was really bad. Some engines you're able to resurface the crankshaft and then just use oversized bearings. I didn't really want to take that chance here because it's a performance engine. So I already have a crankshaft replacement from Lens Racing from California that got shipped all the way here. And these guys have been building S63 engines for a really long time now, but they're a professional racing team and they really got the goods. They really know what they're doing. So I have a forged and balanced crankshaft waiting, ready to go in. I already have, I decided to replace the main bearings as well. I'm gonna get some rod bearings, and also the rods are going to be replaced as well. This is one of the pistons that were affected, and to the naked eye you would think, if you just look at it here, actually this is not one. So this is actually a healthy piston. You can see the rods right here, they're worn out, but it's not that bad if you compare that to this one here, the one that actually spun. I don't know if you can focus right there. Focus. Yes, there you go. You'll be able to see the difference, right? Big difference. And this is one of the pistons that actually spun. And to the naked eye, you would think that it looks okay, right? You can probably get the crankshaft and just put everything back together in there. These things actually, it was bad enough to damage my crankshaft, and it was spinning inside of the rod. So I'm gonna have to get this replaced as well. I'm gonna look for replacement rods because you wouldn't be able to tell from the naked eye again, but it's gonna affect the shape of the rods. It's not gonna be able to perform the way it was before. So definitely you can't risk putting this thing back in there. And since I'm doing this myself too, I'm actually saving a lot of money by just getting the parts and putting everything together. My goal is to replace all the seals, all the gaskets now that I'm here, now that the engine is apart. And actually be very tempted to go forged internals, right? I'm looking at the prices, I'm like, well, I can probably, instead of getting a whole forged block and put it in there, I can probably get the forged piston and rods. The crankshaft's already forged, and wouldn't really have to change the sleeves. They're forged rods that will go with the sleeves already in the car, the stock ones. And I'm tempted really to make a forged build, but the reality is I don't want to push the power. The car is already fast, it's already scary as it is. I don't see the need of putting forged internals and pushing the power to beyond 800 or 1000 horsepower. It's very unfortunate what happened, but I'm very excited about this. I'm very optimistic about this, and I cannot wait to share the journey with you guys. And I want to make a video. Let me know if you guys want to see a video of how I was able to diagnose the problem, find out exactly what it is, and actually the entire process of taking the engine apart. Now we're in a position where we just have to get the right parts, make sure that is the right manufacturer number, measure everything, measure the clearances, and just put our engine back together. So I'm very excited about this. Let me know if you guys want to see a series about a S63 TU, exactly how it works, the internals, because to me I think it's really beautiful. No one's really doing this in their garage. No one's stupid enough to be able to do this. So I'll be the first person, I guess. I mean, there's a lot of mechanics doing this, but if you want to learn, if you want to watch more videos about this, I'll be more than happy to keep you guys on the loop. So I'll see you on the next one. Take care.